Hello again and welcome back to my channel. Let's continue exploring our series of mind-blowing books. Today we have one of the outstanding classics of Dr. Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning. Viktor Frankl was a professor of neurology and psychiatry at the University of Vienna Medical School until his death in 1997. His 32 books have been translated into 26 languages. During World War II, he spent 3 years in Auschwitz, Dachau, and other concentration camps. Here, in this book, he shows his struggle for survival in Auschwitz and other Nazi concentration camps. Let's look at some of the book reviews. First, Viktor Frankl's Timeless Formula for Survival, one of the classic psychiatry texts of our time, Man's Search for Meaning, is a meditation on the irreducible gift of one's own counsel in the face of great suffering, as well as a reminder of the responsibility each one of us owes in valuing the community of our humanity. There are few wiser, kinder, or more comforting challenges than Frankl, says J. Williams. Second, this is one of the most remarkable books I have ever read. It changed my life and became a part of all that I live and all that I teach. It truly is a must-read book, says Susan Jeffers. Now, learnings from the book. First, you cannot control what happens to you in life, but you can always control what you will feel and do about what happens to you. The author very beautifully says, forces beyond your control can take away everything you possess except one thing, your freedom to choose how you will respond to the situation. For second learning, let me take you to a scene of Miller's play, in which an upper middle class professional man appears before the Nazi authority that has occupied his town and shows his credentials, his university degrees, his letters of reference from prominent citizens, and so on. The Nazi asks him, "Is that everything you have?" The man nods yes. The Nazi then throws it all in the wastebasket and tells him, "Good, now you have nothing." So the learning here is, the man whose self-esteem had always depended on the respect of others is emotionally destroyed. But here also, author says, we are never left with nothing as long as we retain the freedom to choose how we will respond. I sometimes think how good it would have been if we were taught all this in our school. Well, let's move towards our third learning, a tragic optimism. Life is potentially meaningful under any condition, even those which are most miserable. And this you will understand after reading this book. Also, this in turn presupposes the human capacity to creatively turn life's negative aspects into something positive or constructive. In other words, what matters is to make the best of any given situation. Fourth, keeping in mind the essential transitoriness of human existence is not pessimistic, but rather activistic. The author explains the pessimist resembles a man who observes with fear and sadness at his wall calendar, from which he daily tears a sheet. On the other hand, the person who attacks the problems of life actively is like a man who removes each successive leaf from his calendar and files it neatly and carefully away with its predecessors. He can reflect with pride and joy on all the richness set down in these notes, on all the life he has already lived to the fullest, and there would be no room for envy. Fifth, everyone's task is unique. For example, if a chess champion is asked, "Tell me, master, what is the best move in the world?" There simply is no such thing as the best or even a good move apart from a particular situation in a game and the particular personality of one's opponent. The same holds for human existence. One should not search for an abstract meaning of life. Everyone has his own vocation in life to carry out a concrete assignment which demands fulfillment. Therein, he cannot be replaced, nor can his life be repeated.